From the galactic Mayan point of view, there has been a degradation of the universe of light. For a resurrection to occur, there has to be an exemplification that arouses the world soul of the planetary human into another image or order of reality. This degradation of light results in the place we are today, the final stage of human history, the culminating nanofractal of the 13.7 billion year wave spell of cosmic creation. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the sound of all creation. But as the human forgot, he or she had to write the word down to remember. So was born human history. Human history is dependent on the written word or some kind of script, whether it be runes, hieroglyphs, or cuneiforms. The narration of history is a function of history itself. Most human history is in chronicle form, or events recorded sequentially in the time they occurred. History began 3000 years BC, because of the development of the urban society based on agriculture and chronological record-keeping. Before 3000 BC, there was a mytho-history or archetypal processes. The difference between history, myth, and legend is that history has more verifiable data. Tibetan history, Islamic history, etc. A story with no verifiable data is a legend or myth, but may be the basis of patterns of behavior. What is the difference between the history of nature and the history of the intelligent being? In the history of nature, humans represent a singular deviation between the third and the fourth dimensions. Instead of creating a history of their intelligence, they create a history of their deviance or delinquency. The manifestation of the fundamental flaw in human behavior is a result of no longer being identified with nature. This is a function of a deviation in time. Living by artificial time means separation from nature. Intelligent beings, on the other hand, are beings with self-reflective consciousness that can include humans. Most humans fall into the first category of deviating from nature. Therefore, human history is based on how economic history conforms to materialism. From the point of view of cosmic history, economic history is like ants talking to ants about the ants' view. Planets are a means of the final densification of matter. They are condensed into little handballs, orbiting spheres, and God provides a biosphere for some of them, so the human has a place to be. As we saw from the first two chapters, history is the descent into increasing chaos, until we reach the point that we are today, where there is no discernible order or pattern, nothing sacred, where intelligent design is condemned as heresy. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me. For the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark. Genesis 6:13. The prophecy of Votan became necessary because of the destruction of Maldek, karmic debris of which was carried by a radiogenic time arc to Mars. Radiogenesis means propagation of life through transmission of high-frequency plasma bearing radio waves capable of crossing interplanetary, interstellar, and intergalactic space. Arc comes from the Latin arca, meaning box or chest. Time arc refers to a specific code container or configuration for radiogenesis from one celestial body to another, hence radiogenetic time arc, the invisible mind thread carrying genetic information transmitted like radio waves from one point to another. After Mars went extinct, another radiogenetic time arc was sent to Earth carrying the accumulated karmic debris from both Maldek and Mars. Maldek represents World War I, Mars represents World War II, and Earth carries the potential for World War III. This is why the Avataric mission is so important. War is the institutionalization of primal carnal crime originated on Maldek. It legitimizes killing for the sake of killing. Planet Earth is now immense in a deviant bubble with prophetic shoots coming up. The final stage of prophecy is already prepared. This stage began with the release of cosmic history triggering the noosphere. Cosmic history could only be released when the final shard of the Maldekian history appeared to the present-day Votan in the archetypal coded form of the Red Queen. Cosmic history is so vast, it could only come as a revelation. As a revelation, it could only come through human type's grounding, defining, and making the revealed knowledge comprehensible. The law of time and the prophecy of Pakal Votan are at the core of the myth of the eternal return. Based on the power of 7, the inborn power of the cube, cosmic history establishes a new knowledge base and wisdom that demonstrates an entirely new way of life, not only for us, but also for the coming galactic cosmic generations. The present stage of humankind has reached maximum density in its process of degradation, with the dim memory of the primal catastrophe on Maldek, now the asteroid belt, always looming in its unconscious. Lower dimensions are but shadow plays that originally appeared to accommodate the war of the heavens. Cosmic history is based on the prophecy left by Pakal Votan, whose codes could only be interpreted by the future emanation of himself. By the synchronic codes, Pakal Votan could read the moment in relation to cosmic history, to Earth and the so-called lost planets. By these timing codes, he read the history and future of planet Earth, reducing it to a set of symbols to be discovered by the future emanation of Valum Votan. He left an exotic tomb in Palenque, Nachan, House of Serpents, to attract attention to the prophecy.